Crime scene. Detective Sarah Miller stepped out of her unmarked police car, the flickering red and blue lights casting an eerie glow on the rain-soaked pavement. The night air was thick with tension as she approached the crime scene, a seemingly ordinary suburban house that now bore witness to a heinous act. The rain, relentless and unforgiving, mirrored the mood of the investigation. Sarah pulled her trench coat tighter around her, the cold seeping through despite her best efforts. She flashed her badge at the uniformed officer guarding the front door, his face a mask of concern. "Detective Miller," she announced, her voice barely audible over the pounding rain. "What do we have here?" The officer nodded toward the living room, the scene of the crime. Sarah stepped inside, her eyes scanning the room for clues. Blood spatter adorned the walls like grotesque artwork, and the air hung heavy with the metallic scent. She couldn't help but feel a shiver down her spine. A man lay sprawled on the floor, lifeless eyes staring into nothingness. His hands were bound behind his back, and a crimson pool surrounded his head. Sarah crouched beside the body, careful not to disturb the evidence. The victim, identified as James Donovan, a local businessman, had met a gruesome end. As Sarah surveyed the room, she noticed signs of a struggle, overturned furniture, shattered glass, and the faint scent of a struggle that lingered in the air. It was clear that this was more than a simple break-in gone wrong, this was a targeted attack. The forensic team worked diligently, collecting samples and photographing every inch of the crime scene. Sarah's mind raced, connecting the dots between the victim and potential suspects. James Donovan was known to be involved in some shady business dealings, but nothing that screamed foul play of this magnitude. She questioned neighbors, hoping to find a witness or someone who could shed light on the events leading up to the murder. The rain-soaked community clammed up, fear and suspicion clouding their faces. Sarah knew she had to tread carefully, secrets ran deep in these quiet suburban streets. Days turned into nights as the investigation unfolded. Sarah and her team followed leads, scrutinized alibis, and sifted through the victim's financial records. The trail seemed cold until a breakthrough emerged, a mysterious figure captured on a neighbor's security camera, entering and leaving the scene under the cover of darkness. The hunt for the perpetrator intensified as the city remained on edge. Sarah, driven by a relentless determination, pieced together a puzzle of betrayal, revenge, and hidden motives. As she closed in on the elusive killer, the rain that had haunted the crime scene began to relent, washing away the sins that had stained the quiet suburban house. In the end, justice prevailed, but the scars of that night lingered. Detective Sarah Miller, soaked to the bone and wearied by the pursuit of truth, couldn't shake the haunting images of the crime scene. The rain may have stopped, but the echoes of that night reverberated through her thoughts, a constant reminder of the darkness that dwells beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives.